Hello everyone and happy Monday. And today we have Culture and Chill, which is a chatting stream. I'm trying to make those more regularly. And we have our first guest, apart from Alexandra, because we have had my bestie over on Discord so far. But now we have Monse Villaroel, who is a dancer and dancing teacher. And do you want to say more about yourself real quick? Just one or two sentences. Who is Monse?
I'm human.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I like to say that I'm a spiritual being living this physical, reality. Let's call it like that.
Yeah. Monse is, well, as I said, like a dancing teacher, and you mostly teach twerk, right?
Yes, among other things.
Among other things, yeah. But that's kind of like your specialty, per se. And you have gone on various championships. You won first place twice and third place also twice.
Yes.
Yes. So she's been around the world. How about the championships been in Finland or also in other countries?
Yeah, I mean, they're quite different. I've been in Russia and in Spain. In Spain, they did the World Championship, and I just wanted to go see how the atmosphere is in Russia. That was in 2019, so that was when I also got this third place. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I have this thought of like, Russian people, they work hard, man. It's so competitive there. It's so competitive there. And for me, it opened my eyes. Going there was going to another bubble, because we have our own bubble here in Finland. So going there, I experienced it, I lived it, and I saw how, oh, now I understand what's going on here, and the mindset. And yeah, it was fun. It was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like how many days is like a championship event of this scale? Is it like, I'm assuming it's several days long?
Yeah, we were there for like 4 days, and let's say that many of the street dances that we see, not only twerking, we could talk about the most basic elements, hip hop, locking, crump, and many others, house. The competitions are based on many days festivals, dance festivals.
Yeah.
And they usually in big countries, big cities, where they can organize it, because it takes a lot of, wow, I have a huge respect for people that organize them. I think they love to organize them, because they have to get the teachers, the teachers that are meant for let's say educate other people in that dance style. And it takes 3 up to 4 days, sometimes 2, and just workshops of just dancing, teachers, sharing their knowledge within the dance. And now what happens with me is that I went to a festival where they were teaching twerking, and it's quite different, because it was very Eastern way.
Eastern European,
Eastern European way, and it's not the only way. And this goes to all the dances. In America they do it differently. I believe that in Asia they also have, in many countries of Asia they also do festivals. I believe that the sad thing is that in the continent of Africa, they don't have, in the countries, they don't do as much festivals. They have to get the dancers from there. It's just that what opened my eyes was seeing like, okay, so these are the values of this festival, and these are the values of this festival. I feel like the values somehow a bit different. Yeah. And based on that is how much, your worth, your perspective as a dancer or as a dance teacher comes. It's just very monocultural also. Like what we're talking right now. Wow, it just opens, and I feel that I still need to learn more. I still feel that I need to always and meet more teachers, either that I will like or will not like, so I can have more understanding of, oh, okay, so this is like that person teaches like that. Those are that person's values, and whatever it feels like, authentic for me, I just sponge it, and I take it, and whatnot, then I just leave it,
Yeah. I think you're very lucky that you get to meet like people from all over the world, and indeed like just reflect on what you see over there and how they do stuff, and just like gaining this sort of knowledge through actually seeing them in their work. It's just really good. Do dancers have let me put on some music. Do dancers have master classes?
Yes, they do. I'm planning on going myself to high heels master class. It's gonna be in like 3 weeks from here. I haven't synced up yet. I need to I can explain like this, you know. Dancing is meant for everyone. It's just a fact. It's meant for everyone. So if anyone out there like feels that, oh no, I don't know this and that, I need to be prepared or I need to be certain type, no, it's meant for everyone. What makes it different and why it looks always different, I think, is that we need to think about the base and the level of like what is that you want from from dancing. What do you want to achieve? I think that's where we start seeing then these different groups of dancing styles and levels, you know. So now if we talk about me personally, I know that I'm ready to take it all. So I'm ready to, you know, accept my failure and accept the fact that I will get from teachers feedback, either good or really bad. That means the bad feedback, you know. Same goes as, you know, we were studying the same school, so we get that feedback. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like anything, you know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm so shit. Oh. I'm ready to, okay, tell me, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I'm gonna do it, you know. Yeah. It's kind of harsh, but I'm taking it. So usually those master classes are made for that. I'm not saying all teachers are like, you know, old school teachers where they're like, you're really mean, and I do kind of like it, but that's my personal, you know, view for myself. I don't do that to my students. I would never. No. That's not me. I'm very sweet. I'm very understandable. I'm like so sweet to all of them. I have a lot of compassion. But myself, I do like when teachers
I feel we're quite similar in that sense. Yeah. And I also understand, and I had told my teacher, for singing, for example, that like, I want you to tell me the truth. Like if it's something that I need to get better at, like you can tell me there, because I'm here to learn. If you're just petting my ears, and then there's no point in like me trying to get better at something, you know. Exactly. Yeah. But it depends on, first of all, like how you handle it. Like everyone is different, of course, so some students will like be able to take it and some students don't want to hear it, or maybe they are, you know, it's about like the image that you have of yourself. And then it's also about, of course, the very, very big issue of especially for people in performance arts or music or whatnot, when you make something with your hands or you do something with your body, like singing or dancing, then you tend to take it very, very personally. So if they tell you that, yeah, your passaggio is not good over there, your dancing move is not smooth enough or whatever, and they're like, okay, well, time to get back into my cave and like practice for 100 more years and never show my art to anyone ever again because I'm a failure. So it's about like also not taking it personally, because like it doesn't degrade you as a human being. Instead, you need to take this as an opportunity to like, okay, this is a little obstacle, but it's good that you're learning about it, because if you didn't, then you would be stuck at the same place. But when you know, then you can just go over it eventually. Yeah, it's just about hard work. Like, it's... Yes. Yeah. And it's I think it's just part of the... What I've been lately, the past 2 months in this process of accepting everything. And by everything, I mean even the most darkest, the most meanest, and, you know, low worth thoughts that we have. When you have that personality type and you see yourself as an achiever, you have that passion, and you believe that I'm good, and just by believing that you are good at something, and you want to get better, you're ready to take the challenge, you're ready to take the feedback. But that doesn't mean that you have those days where you're like, I'm the most shittiest in the whole world. I quit, I'm changing career, you know. It's part of it. It is part of it. It is part of it. You're still trying, you know you're gonna get there, but you still have those times where you're like, fuck this. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
"No, why am I even doing this?" Yeah, you have that,
yeah.
right? And lately I've been, getting there where I'm like, just sitting with it. Because before, what I would try to do is feel uncomfortable. No, I would feel uncomfortable if I feel it, those negative. And then I would try to do something about it, you know. I don't know, just it's okay to do something about it and make yourself feel better. But when nothing helps and you're putting more resistance to it, then what I've been doing now.
Do you mean like face it head on and continue practicing even though you feel bad?
Yes,
Okay,
going on, but at the same time accepting that you're feeling bad.
Yeah.
In a sense, what I think that we're trying to change is that feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And sometimes we cannot change it no matter what we do. And trust me, I've tried. So then I'm like, I'm just gonna sit with this feeling, whatever it is. For let's just say that it's shame, and let's say it's doubt. With my, lately I was having, for this 2 months, I was having a crisis with my identity as a dance teacher. Yes, I was doubting. I don't know, not positive thoughts, and I couldn't do anything about it. Like literally, I did everything. You know, many people say that dancing is therapy. It really is. It's amazing, but it was not at that moment so much. Yeah, it was not. I still love it, and I did it. I was doing my job like I was supposed to, but it was not taking the feeling away. Because I felt that I need to do something, all this and that. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it be there. I'm going to continue. Nothing's going to stop me. Let's just continue what I'm doing. But let just that be there. Maybe it has to be there. Maybe in a couple of days I will have the answer why I'm being so doubtful with myself, or why I'm feeling like this, you know. And, well, we skipped to the master class whole thing, but like to put it all together in master class is, and especially in any type of class, but I feel that in the master class the teacher will give you the space to have courage and to mess up. You're gonna mess up a lot of times, and the teacher's gonna be like, again, because you're aware, you know that, okay, I came here to mess up and I'm okay with it. Because we don't, and here's the other thing, we come with the illusion that in a dance class or any type of artistic thing, you need to be good already, or you need to have it, or you need to, let's say this is dance class, the space, the studio. We're not allowing ourselves in the studio to mess up. We're like, okay, the teacher did like this, so I need to get it right away. And if I don't get it right away, it's like, oh, fuck, it's over. There's the door. Let's go. I'm getting out. The dance studio is meant to mess up. You're meant to make all of the, doing it wrong.
We're getting right away into some deep stuff, and I might cry during the stream. I don't know.
It's okay. Yeah, I think it's amazing, the whole topic of, culture and chill, and now we're talking about arts, and we can jump into music and dancing, however it's gonna go, but and I believe that many artists in their field, we have this at some point in our time. I believe many people have this, but when it's about art, that it's so crazy how the doubt sometimes come there, but I think your love and passion towards you do. It's like, nope, it's taking you even further all the time. The love towards it's bigger.
Before I did my last solo exam, I had like my final solo concert.
Oh, it was a while ago, right? I saw it on Instagram.
It was at the end of April. About a month ago almost. So pretty much. So before that, I was stressing out because the whole year had been hell. Like I was going to Kuopio, every week. I didn't have my own car, so I had to go with like trains and buses and stuff. And we had some really badly arranged courses as well, and it was kind of like, imagine going to Kuopio and having only 1 hour of this or 2 hours of that, and just having to stay there for the whole day and for the whole night, because like things would go on in the evening. And yeah, it was like really exhausting in the end, not being in my own space as well, being like mostly with a family with a little kid and whatnot. And then having all of the exams at the end, it was very, very taxing. So I felt that, okay, now it's time to push, it's time to just continue like practicing for the exam and whatnot. My teacher was also like, I would appreciate it if you practiced more now this final weeks.
Yeah.
So I went almost every day to the library, and you can't be for over 2 hours. So it's like, okay, I will try to compact everything in a couple of hours. So in any case, like I did that. We had a general rehearsal at the chamber music hall, Kammarmusiksali, and it didn't go that well because I was super panicked, because the acoustics are very different. We just had time to go through everything once, and that was it. And I lost my voice the next day because I was so panicked. I did everything wrong. Technically, I lost my voice. I had to be silent for 3 days completely. And then I went back to it, and I was like, okay, like all of these negativities started coming to my head, like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? And I was super lost. In the end, I kept on pushing myself. I had to put a little bit of a break and not go full on, because like I didn't want to lose my voice again, because it was like 1 week before the exam. But I did push myself unnecessarily hard in that during that time, and I cried every single day that I was practicing, because it feels so bad. You know that it's bad for your voice, and you just go on, and like whatever saved me was just that I had to take a break, and then the thought that like right before the concert, I'm not going to be evaluated. It's a part of it, but it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, and I'm just going to have a concert for my friends. And it's like, it's lovely that people are coming to see me, and it's like, it feels very flattering, very honoring, and then you just try to have fun with it, and that's the only thing that matters. And so just like for the very, very last days, I listened to the songs, and I did some I checked the text and what message I wanted to be and how I will be on stage, but I didn't like push myself over the top in the very, very last days. But it was very hard, like up until that, probably like 10 minutes before the exam, I was like crying my eyes out, like this is not happening. Yeah, it sucked so bad, and I was super self-conscious on stage, so I didn't get to enjoy it to the fullest.
You were not in the flow state.
Yeah. I was partly, but I was also like really, really conscious of what my moves are and how I couldn't, it was the first time that I couldn't dare look at the audience, because I usually do. I would just like look at the little balcony on the other side.
You're looking at something, but you're looking at nothing. It helps.
Yeah, it did really help. But it actually took away from the actual enjoyment of the whole thing. And that's why, because like I put to myself the whole like how would you say it? Like I just pressure myself for no reason whatsoever. They would have just enjoyed it either way.
And they wouldn't probably, unless of course, here's the thing. Dancer to dancer, we see the small little things that somebody does, the same as you guys. Yeah. But if I would have been there, I would be like, damn, that was amazing, because I don't see the difference, same as you wouldn't see it. And well, next to it, have you ever experienced or felt that kind of situation before, that what you had?
Yes, but that was because I thought I wasn't prepared enough. Like we
Okay.
didn't have enough rehearsals or something.
Mm.
But this time it was like maybe the biggest, the worst that I've ever felt. And it was like the whole situation. If I was living still in close to the uni, it would have been so much easier. But I had to plan everything so well beforehand that it felt not natural. It felt kind of like forced. Like I have to go practice at that time because the class is booked. I cannot go whenever I feel like it. Yeah. You have to do certain hours and whatnot. It just felt very forced, in a sense.
Yeah, it's that. I think it's also part of the process. It's part of the whole wholesome circle of, experiencing everything as an artist and what you do. That kind of reminded me. I don't know why I will never forget this, but I will never forget this. It just sometimes when somebody says something, those certain phrases just stay there. But this was a good one. 2 years ago, I think this was. Well, we were still studying. In Savonia, we were just having this conversation with our teacher. We were in the class, we're doing something, creating something, and. Well, with you guys, it might be the same in certain areas, but with us is the fact of where do we get inspiration? And for us, the inspiration as the outcome of movement, creation, how we create, a whole piece of movement. And I think somebody asked that to our teacher, and that was a hella good question, because we were like, yeah, tell us, please, because we're newbies and she's an experienced one. So she was very raw and she was straightforward. The question was like, where do you get that inspiration when there's none? You're like dry.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You're not giving and you're not getting. So she just said like, she was thinking a bit. And she just, and I love her because she's so straight. She said that you just have to push it. You gotta do something do 2 weeks. Just get it out from there. I don't know how, but you just have to do it.
Yeah. And
that was not a very beautifully and hopeful way of saying it, but that was just reality.
Yeah.
And it's something that it kind of put me back into reality. The fact like, even though it's like so magical to be a dance teacher and dancer and we can create and you can do anything you want and there's this freedom, let's get back to reality check, in the sense of, you just have to push it. You just have to, I don't know, grab it from somewhere. Where's the inspiration? Make it happen.
Yeah.
And then for every person, it's an individual meaning of what is make it happen, I would say that for me, make it happen is listen to I'm all the time on Spotify. Like I feel that my job is with me the whole freaking time, because listening to music is 24/7 thing. Yeah. Sometimes I don't even know when I'm listening to music. When I'm listening to music to enjoy myself, to be like, ooh, me, or when I'm listening to music for teaching and like getting inspiration. So for me, it's like listening to music. It might be watching some videos of dancers or something, or just being in the space and doing. But then here comes the other thing. You're like, okay, what about when the inspiration, and here's the thing, what about when the inspiration doesn't hit when you're doing all of the tools that you have?
Yeah.
And that's, I believe, what she meant, that you have to make it happen and you just have to get it from somewhere. I think this is how I heard it, is that repetition. Let's say I go one day and I'm like, yes, I have 3 hours, to create and make. And those 3 hours I didn't get anything. And then that's when I'm like, man, I don't have it. There's no inspiration. There's nothing. Well, you do the same thing next day. Nothing? Oh, well, next day again. And it's annoying. Of course, you want to give up. You're like, maybe this is it. Or I don't know, depending how dramatic you are at that moment. But I think that's what she meant by you gotta make it happen. Don't quit there.
Yeah, of course, that makes total sense. Um, on the other hand, like I think that what you said before, just leaving it, just acknowledging that you have a bad feeling and just leaving it be there is a very important part of the whole process. And then just taking a break. Because, like, it might be that your body is tired. Like, it just needs it from time to time. You just need rest. Just need to sleep more, just need to empty your brain or do something completely different. So it really depends on the whole situation, whether you need to grind and like try to find the thing that will get you going, or if you actually need to take like a week's break and then start again from there.
And our problem is that we don't take the break because we feel guilty about taking the break. And we think that the break is not going to support our development.
Yep.
The break is going to stop us. That. It's going to slow us. That's bullshit. Oh, can you curse here? Right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. It's not good. It's real. No.
Yeah.
It's. Whew, and that's something that I think last year. At the end of last year, I started to really embody and implement that, because I'm the hustle mentality. I'm the person that, you know, the right way to get it is hard work and this and that. But of course, that comes from culture, that comes from our parents, our experiences as a kid, as a teenager, and probably how we were used to as a teenager. And well, I'm still a young adult, but you know, years before, I was so used to get things that I wanted by working hard towards them.
Yes.
So I'm so used to it that I believe that, okay, so this is my way and this is the only way how I can get things, because I've always done things the hard way. So that's you know,
you have to earn it.
I have to earn it. So that's until the day I die, I will have to work like that.
Yeah.
I think that I've created myself that, and I actually create that myself if I still continue doing the same patterns. Let's just say that, I have a job interview. This is actually true. I did have 2 weeks ago, a job interview. You know Gradia here?
Yes.
Musiikki and the music and dance organization. Well, I had the interview to become how would you say it? It's like a dance teacher, but full time.
Yeah.
Because now I just do 4 hours, but I want to be a full-time dance teacher there. And the old me would be like, okay, you need to like think strategically, and you need to like, so you can really get the place, because everything is so hard for you. Something always will happen, and it's so hard. So you need to think how you can really get the place, you know, the hard way. And I did my best, of course. You know, there was the interview, and then of course there was the how would you call it, the class,
like the oh my god, it's at the tip of my tongue. Demo. The
demo, yeah. So I had 2 demos to do, and I wanted to do with kids, and I did advanced contemporary class.
Yeah.
And I did my best, like all I could, you know. Let's let it be there. But let's just say that as a dance teacher in a dance class, what I would have done before, I still think that I did a little bit, but I was more chill and just trusted the process, not doing too much. Before I would be like super duper nice, and I would like try to knowledge every student and give them my 100% attention, like really kissing those other teachers who were, you know, reviewing me, kissing their asses. Yeah. Yes, because I'm like, that's the only way how I could like get the place. And I feel honest, like I'm done. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Like fuck that. I'm worth it. You know, I'm fucking good, and I'm a good dance teacher. And man, if they don't take me, well, it's meant to be. Like now, I mean, I do want the place, and I have a good feeling about it. But I'm worth it. you know, and that's not gonna. It probably comes from getting no as an answer, like being so heartbreaking, and oh no, if you don't get accepted or if you don't do good, that's equal as your worth. Like we were talking before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's more about all of this stuff, but it's so it's so good that we're having this convo, because it's like I told before, having this crisis of your identification as an artist. I think it happens to everyone. It surely has, and it probably will happen many times, and it has happened to people many times. But now I think it happened for me for the first time, like strongly.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, actually, it happened when I haven't actually mentioned, but last month, I think it was before, I went to the auditions for the Uni Arts of Helsinki for the master's degree.
Ooh.
Yes, I went there. And the funny thing is, I feel that after the auditions, I had this freaking crisis, and that never ended. It's so hilarious. I mean, it was really cool, this whole experience, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, the auditions lasted 3 days. It was exhausting because the amount of creativity and you know, being present to the moment is 100%. You need to be there, like mentally, emotionally, and physically, and all of that, so you can like realize everything. I gave it all, and I'm so proud of myself. I got to the third round. You know, in the second round they already kicked people off, so the fact that I got until the third, I'm like, okay, I think I'm artsy. Nice. I think I'm something they could want, you know? And that was my first time. I'm still young, and I really had high hopes. And I was really I was really raw and honest, because I believe that in the Uni Arts, you're not gonna make it if you lie. You're not gonna make it if you're trying to be something they want, because we never want we don't know what they want every year. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about how hard it is to get there and blah blah blah.
I have not, but I assume it would be like super demanding or competitive.
Yeah, it kind of is. I don't know how it is in the music.
Like in the Sibelius Academy.
Yeah. How is it in there?
It's super hard.
Yeah. Have you tried?
No.
Would you like to try?
I don't want to go to Helsinki.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. I know, that's a problem.
Yeah, but it would be like a great thing, because it gives you prestige, of course, and like probably there are some big names and whatnot. They have some good teachers who are like, because the Sibelius Academy students in Kuopio who do only church music basically, but some of them who study also singing, and they have their exam concerts. Like they have to bring one person from Helsinki over to Kuopio to evaluate. So you see the difference in the culture of the Sibelius Academy there to like our teachers. Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell me a little bit?
I think they're like more. They give very detailed. I've only watched one. I've only seen the teacher once, but like he was, I would say maybe even nitpicky, kind of. Yeah. You can just see, because the people in Savonia were like more compassionate and like
they're so chill.
They're more chill. They're more like
interesting. Yeah. Well, we're not surprised. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised. That, yeah. Well, in that sense, I like that. I don't. For me personally, and I don't mind. It's totally okay. I think that the teachers that we have also in Uni Arts will be the same. The audition we had at the same time with the theater pedagogies. Okay. Yeah, it was really interesting. We have like different tasks, but at the second day we had a group conversation for 20 minutes. Okay. Just randomly they selected, I don't know, half from the theater and half from the dance, and then everybody was giving the same topic, and the topic was Wait. The topic, it was really interesting. It was not talent. It was was the same as... It was... Oh, it will come right up. But we had this topic, and we had 20 minutes to talk about it. And we were just all sitting there, like, in a circle, and the teacher was like, okay, times start now. And then we just had to open the subject out of the nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not talent. It was another word.
Like
but
skill?
Skills.
Okay.
Yes, you got it. It was skills in dancing and theater.
Okay.
Boom. Open the subject however you want. And you know, and I was so lucky because I was put in the group that speaks English. Yeah. I don't know why, because probably they thought that it would be easier for me, but they know that I speak Finnish and this and that. But I did all of my for the first round where they picked to, you know, the auditions. I wrote everything in English because it's more easier for me. Okay. And of course, thank God I have even though they know that I did my high school and everything and my studies in Savonia in Finnish, but I have the right to do them in English, so there's no problem. Oh. Yeah, so they put me in the group that speak English. So for me it was like, yes, I'm so lucky, because it would have been a bit more hard for me to express myself in Finnish instead of in English. But yeah, girl, you can imagine I went full on deep into that combo. Yeah. And I did very well. It was a really cool conversation. It was really interesting to speak with people from the theater field. And yeah, then at the evening I got the message that, yeah, you were selected to the third round. I was like, oh man, yeah, nice. It was, but all that whole weekend, I actually cried also in the evening, even though I had a good feeling, but I don't know why.
It's a lot of energy that you just give at that moment. Yeah, you need to kind of let the rest out. Yeah.
But I went really so personal, deep within myself, and thinking. The reason why I cried was because I started to doubt myself and my reasons of why am I doing this?
Okay.
Why do I want my master degrees? Why do I don't know why I went there, but I just went there and I just let it happen. Is there something I want to prove? Am I doing this for myself? Am I doing this for, you know, getting more name, getting more respect? Because with that, when you get a master degrees on the Uni-Arts or Sibelius Academy, everybody's like, whoa, especially here in Finland. So am I doing it for that? Am I doing it for myself? Am I worth it to be here? Is it in me? Like, am I weird enough to be here?
Weird enough?
Yeah, they want weird people. You know, they want this, I don't know. So, yeah, am I it? Do I have the capacity? You know, then so what happened was that I started to detach myself so much from that identity that I thought I was. And yeah, after the auditions, girl, I gave it all. I'm so proud. But after that identity detachment of my artistic personality continued for like until today. You know, I'm still going with it a little bit. I feel better, but it's like,
it triggered something.
Wow, yeah, it really did. I'm going anyways in 2 more years, so
okay,
I'm gonna go again.
Nice.
I do want the master degrees. I feel that for me personally, something that's for me a way of learning. For other people, it can be experience. For other people, it can be other way. But I feel that me, Monse, I want it. Maybe it's gonna change. Yeah, last week they gave their results and I was not accepted. Okay. I didn't mind. Clearly they want older people. I saw the names and I'm like, okay, they want experienced people. Okay. So it's like, I will come back later.
Yeah, of course. Wait, we have... Greetings, have a good stream and a good day. Thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you for coming by. Nice t-shirt. Yay. Bye. Hey, how's your night? Well, it's day for us, but hi. What are you talking about? Nice little room shirt. Thank you. Hope your degree was in the STEM field, but your country might be different from America. What's a STEM field?
Yeah.
What is a STEM field? I am a classical musician. I am a classical soprano, graduating now in autumn, studying in Finland. And Monse has graduated, what is it? Did you graduate 1 or 2 years before me?
Last year.
Last year. Okay,
Yeah.
so 1 year before me,
as
technically, as a dance
teacher, pedagogy in contemporary art.
Yes, so both of us study in Finland. People from all over the world right now. I'm from the UK, but living in France. Also, how are people today? Well, thank you so much for coming by. And I hope that you just chillax with our discussion. We're just jumping from subject to subject, but I think we're staying with like the identity of a professional and just like something like that, I guess, is the theme today. It just went there. So we didn't actually mention this. I have mentioned it on the ads before the stream, but like you are from Chile and you did your high school in Finland. So so you have lived here how long?
11 years.
11 years. Okay,
Yeah.
I have lived here for almost 8 years. Yes. And
Why I came here?
Why? I never asked you that.
Oh, yeah. Like, to make it really short, I'm from Latin America, Chile, and my mom and dad, they just split up when I was 4 years old. I think 4.
Both from Chile.
Both from Chile.
Okay.
At that time, it was just me and my little brother, who is a year younger than me. And, by that time, it was in the early 2000, a bit before, I guess. Europe has been very interested in the deforestation of Latin America. If there's a lot of forests and all this stuff. So Chile is one of the countries. And my stepdad, who is Finnish, worked in that field as a mechanic. And I don't know how, I remember the story how he was really young, but he was like, he was sent up to Chile and they just met in a bar. It's very typical.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how it started.
Oh, wow. All right.
And we've been traveling to many countries, following him with his work. It's so funny because he's an example of like not having a degree. I don't even know if he did until the end, AMIS or high school. I don't know if he even did it. Did he? Probably not.
Okay.
And he just went to work. He literally doesn't have any type of degree.
Yeah.
So just let's say with that hustle and work mentality, he got to the top.
Yeah.
So he started as a mechanic, and now 2022 he's the owner of his own company doing the same,
Nice.
deforestation stuff. So but he was always sent to a place or another. Like we lived in Spain, we live in Scotland, we live in in Uruguay, and always sent back here and there. And we went to Finland a couple of times, and we stayed there for a couple of years or for half a year in between all of this movement. So it's been all the time going somewhere. So it has been a very uncertain way of living and life for us. And in the journey, my 3 little siblings also were born. So we're like 5.
Wow.
Yes, I'm the oldest. And then when we moved to Finland, 11 years ago is the time where we've been living the longest. Like it's that's why it feels like home. Like, whew, we don't need to move anywhere anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. STEM field stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. No, we're in the art, music, and performance arts over here.
Yeah. Oh, but nice to know.
Yeah, definitely.
We had no idea that.
We had no idea.
Science, technology, engineering. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's been a lot.
It's been wild.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So I don't know if people. I haven't met so many people, but I do know some people who have had this same type of lifestyle. Where
it sounds more like military kids or something like that,
For example, that they had to go from one place to another, and they never had this steady home, this place where they can just stay and always come back. And it's so uninteresting because it does. You do grow a lot and you do learn new things because of that. For example, for me it's so easy to socialize. For me it's so easy to be with people, to be like this, because believe it or not, I still cannot believe that I did that. Sometimes I feel so sorry for the little Monse when I was a kid. But we moved to different schools probably more than 20 times, 15, I don't know.
Wow.
And every time start again.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, now you have to go to this new school, And I love my parents that they don't have pity for us. You know, probably the first times that we moved, they did. But then when they saw that, they're doing, yeah, so
they gotta do fine.
So they just throw us to the school and they're like, make friends. And so I just had to, you know, get my shit together and be like, hi, and like go to talk to people every time, you know, or people came to me and then I made friends. For me, it was always so nice to make new friends. For me, friends were so important. But the more I start to move, here's the thing, the more I started to move and lose them and having to say goodbye, which was for me the most hardest thing. I had so much anger, so much sadness every time as a kid. And it's so funny because parents don't take that seriously.
That's true.
Parents don't understand that for kids it is really important. You think, they're kids, they're gonna get new friends. My parents always said that you're gonna forget them, you're gonna get new friends anyways. And yes, that did happen. But then at this age as an adult, that really affects you, you know, because nowadays for me it's so easy to just be alone and being kind of scared of having a lot of connections because probably of the fear of losing them or having to say goodbye. For me, saying goodbye is so, I don't like to say goodbye, and it just comes from being a child, you know. I don't like to do that, and it comes from there. So yeah, it was so crazy, the fact that every time having to all the time. For me, this is the most funniest. You know, when we went to Scotland, we didn't speak English. We didn't know how to speak English.
Oh.
Yeah, at that time, we were so young, we didn't know how to speak English. So my parents didn't even hesitate, and they're like, you guys have to go to school. Go. Okay. I literally invented my own language when I got there, you know. I think I was in first grade. I'm not sure. I think I was in first grade. And, you know, of course, the amazing thing is that kids, at that time when we were young, kids didn't have cell phones. So it was so easy. So there's not this... Kids are more sociable, thank God. So I just started to invent my own language and talk with them. They were like, I don't understand you. I can remember them saying that. So it was so funny. They're like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm like, and then eventually we just learned English with my little brother. But yeah, my parents just go to school.
Luckily, of course, as a young person, you don't really have this same self-consciousness. Like, of course, you probably did in a certain degree, but like it's much easier to just think that, okay, I'm just going to start talking and whatever happens. And like, basically, Well, as an adult, it's like so much harder, you know, even if you are interested in another language and you want to go to a certain place, you probably feel too much fear to actually speak their language, even if you have studied it. Like, people just tend to, as adults, just put...
It's easier to be quiet, not mess up, let's not make mistake. I'm just an observer.
Well, kids are just curious about each other, so it's like more easy, and they have play. Easy. That's I think something that that's why I also like the educational system partly in Finland. Of course there are many things to improve. But I like that they're taking play very seriously and like trying to find creative ways to just have kids be more loose, for example, and like more creative and whatnot. Because like through play, through just taking pressure off of the like suoritus, just trying to do something in order to do something, like thinking out of the box is like so important. Wipeout, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing fine today. You've seen the Pixar movie, right? What Pixar movie? I haven't watched a lot of Pixar movies.
You've seen the Pixar movie? Which of them?
There are like 50 Pixar movies. I wouldn't know which one.
I think I just say what movie.
Hope you're not trolling us, okay?
Yeah.
You have so many cute friends. I'm Jelly. You should be Jelly. I have the cutest friends. I know how to pick them.
Yeah. I don't know, what else can I tell? Yeah, we've been talking a lot. If you guys want to ask stuff or tell stuff about yourself, that in the chat comments will be really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if probably someone, is there someone else that, I don't know, they're from another country and they live in another country. I mean, for example, you too, you don't live in your own country. You're here in Finland.
I don't live in my own country. That is very true. Yes, and as I have said, like in August it will be 8 years.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Yeah,
It's a very long
It's
time.
it is.
And I came here also with, as an adult, especially with not knowing the language. So that was like a big thing. I studied Finnish for 1 year. And then I was like, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to be in school anymore because, well, like we had amazing teachers, in my opinion. I respect them so much. But in that protective space, where you speak the basic Finnish and everyone speaks slowly to you, and I felt that I need something more challenging, even though I don't know much. Like, I'll just go get some work. And first summer after that school, I went to like work practice in order to like improve my Finnish. Thank you so much for the follow. That's Major Feelings. Inside Out. Yes, I've watched that. Office day about to go out the door. Keep Pupper company. Of course, I'll keep your Pupper company. He's gonna learn some stuff. Kyber, hello. So yeah, I thought that never mind that, like, I'm gonna go to work, and I just jumped, and I learned so much from that. And of course it also worked with the culture integration even more, because in school there was like 80% Russian people, and then it was like some people from Thailand, some people from Hungary. I was the only Greek person. There were some random other Europeans, or someone from Cuba, for example. It's like it was very, very diverse, but we didn't really talk to each other. And then the Russians had their own kind of group, of course, especially because it was like in Eastern Finland as well. So I was alone, and I had to communicate with everyone in Finnish, like, because many of them didn't really speak English. So it was really important for me at that time. And I got very interested in the whole culture because my husband is Finnish. So like at the end of the school year, at first I was crying day and night because I was like all alone, and people were talking around me, and it's like, I don't understand. I literally don't understand anything. People, if I talk to them in English, they are afraid to answer me. Like, for example, street directions and whatnot. So I have to do something about it and learn the language. And then eventually, when it started clicking after a few months, because to us they also spoke only in Finnish, and we had like for the first month a little bit of English on the side, but then it was like nope. And like when it started clicking and moving forward, then I was like, okay, I started by asking teachers, can you give me more exercises? Can you give me more homework? Like, I'm done with this. I went home every day. We had like school for 5 to 6 hours, 5 days a week, kind of like elementary school. I went home, I did my homework, like couple of hours a day. And then I was like, okay, now what? And I started asking for more homework. They gave me more homework. And then they were like, okay, you know what? We're going to make a group of the more advanced people, like literally 5 people out of everyone. And we had speaking courses where we would just speak normal Finnish. We would learn cuss words and play card games, and like we had an amazing teacher. And then I was like, okay, I want to learn humor. I want to tell jokes to people because I need to socialize and make friends. And that's kind of how it started rolling. Now I consider Finland is more of my home in the sense that I don't have friends in Greece anymore. The friends that I have either live abroad themselves or we don't keep in touch. anymore. And whenever I go there once a year or once every 2 years, it's just a different place. So, like my favorite places have closed down or whatever. So more homework? Yes, I'm a huge nerd. I asked for more homework. Kyber. Hi guys! Enthralling interview. Has been interested to hear the conversation about personal artistic expression and inspiration versus the reality of operating a deadlines within the marketplace. Kyber, I feel that you're writing a test. Thank you so much for being so focused on this. A struggle for many, I'm sure. Some first order questions being raised. Ooh, aww. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I am a huge nerd and I always liked learning languages. So, learning Finnish, I don't speak perfect Finnish, I don't speak academic Finnish, but I think I'm like European level C1 technically. I took the B2 in 2019, like the YKI test, which is basically the national language exam, especially if you want to become a citizen. Yes. Which I haven't done yet because it costs a lot.
I was gonna say
it costs a fucking lot. It costs 400 euros to...
more. Almost 500. 470 something. Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah, I'm not going to spend that money because I don't have that money, literally. So it's just going to wait. Yeah. It's insane, and they don't even let you have an appointment before you actually send the application, which fucked me off so hard.
What?
Yes. I wanted to book an appointment.
Why you wanted an appointment?
Well, to explain to me what the fuck they want in the application, because it has so many pages that you have to fill in, right? And they had some questions about traveling, because they want you to log in all the travels that you have done.
Oh.
Within the years that you have lived. And I'm like, if I've lived here for 5 years, of course I have traveled a lot.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck am I supposed to say, all the weekly trips and whatnot? Mm-hmm. And I wanted some clarifications, and then they were like, oh, yeah, but sorry, you have to send the application first and then we overview it. And then I'm like, well, what's the point in that?
We gotta understand. I'm not surprised they're doing it like that.
Yeah.
You know how strict they are here in Finland. Really.
Yeah.
They're really... I'm not surprised, really. I haven't even opened the whole application thing because I just saw that, almost 500. Not yet.
Yeah, no.
But here's the interesting thing. I thought that you're married with your husband, right?
Yes, and that doesn't automatically make me a citizen, though. That's just
really?
No, it doesn't. It just takes off some of the years. If I'm not married to a Finnish person, then I have to, and we didn't get married because of that in any way, because I have, as a European, the right to live here in the first place. But thoughts, words, English. So yeah, if I have to be here for 5 years until I actually do the citizenship application, if you are married, then it's 3 or 4 years, but it doesn't automatically mean that you are a citizen.
Oh my god, I really thought it was. That's so funny. I thought that it would be even for free. You would get the whole thing.
You know what? I might actually have to recheck that, but I don't think. Yeah.
Okay, then why did I thought that? Maybe they changed the whole thing, because I had a feeling that if you lived a certain time in Finland and then you marry a Finnish person, then I don't know if it's for the woman, or it doesn't matter if a woman or a man, you will get it for free. But maybe I also need to check that more. It's just
we need to recheck that, but I'm fairly sure that it just takes off some of the years, honestly, and it's not automatic. Yeah, but maybe I had checked that before I got married, I think, so maybe I should recheck. Yeah. I can speak French, but on the street my slang is a little poor. Yeah, you said that you live in France, but you're from the UK, right?
Yeah.
So, how long have you lived in France? Submit application, then ask questions. I love bureaucracy. You have to love bureaucracy, right? I know.
Yeah.
It sucks ass.
Yeah, but it's so funny. I was actually gonna ask you about, did you do the application? Are you a Finnish citizen? Because
Hell
I was
no.
gonna, yeah, me neither. Guys, we've been living here like for almost 8 years.
However,
11.
I have to ask you though.
Hmm?
Do you have a card
Oh yeah,
permit? Okay, I haven't done that.
you should. It's not that expensive.
It's still €100. When I saw that, I was like, "Fuck that as well!" Like because when I came here, the card wasn't a thing. So we went to the police. We said, "Hey, hello, my girlfriend wants to be here and like work." And they were like, "Oh, okay, €50." And then I think it was €50. He doesn't remember that. But yeah, it was €50. Then they gave us a receipt. I still have that receipt. And then I went and got registered and everything. Okay. And I was living in the middle of nowhere, in my opinion, when the card thing came up. And then I was like, I have to travel 2-3 hours in order to get the whole process going. What? At least, yeah, because it was in another city that didn't have an immigration center where I was. And I was like, nah, whatever. And then I remember that it was also like €100. And then I have to maybe go the next year as well. I'm like, nah, whatever. No one has asked for it just yet, so whatever. But I am also afraid to do the citizenship application because I'm afraid if they ask for my like card permit, like what am I gonna do?
Honey, I think you're gonna need the car permit. I think you're gonna need that. I'm not sure, but I have a feeling.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, you will have to. I'm so sorry. Do you have Kela-kortti?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have. I lost mine, but I should. But I have Kela, I have the security
but it doesn't
number.
matter so much anymore because they are trying to make it in case they're trying to lose the cars in the first place.
I know, right? They want to make this one whole... I have a feeling that they're trying to make this, what I understood, they're trying to make this one card that has everything.
Oh.
It's like your personal ID card that has literally everything.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
I have a feeling they're trying to make that. I'm not surprised that they will try to make that in the whole world.
Yeah, I don't have an ID either.
Yeah. I don't have ID, but I have my driver's license, which is... Yeah. I always use it as an ID, but it's not... Here in Finland... Yeah. They're trying to get rid of it, that your card license is an ID. Yeah. I still always show it, they never say anything.
Okay. Yeah, because if you buy... Wait a second, was it that if you even buy alcohol or something, like you're not supposed to show your driver's license? I think they have like also info.
Oh, yeah. I always show it.
No, you have to show like some other sort of identification, I think.
Oh.
But people still show their driver's license.
They show it, nobody do it. The one, actually, here's the thing. The card, which... I think I don't understand, but I kind of do. The card that is not as an ID. I don't remember where I showed it. I think I showed it in the liquor store.
Okay.
Is your permit card?
Yeah.
That's the card that doesn't have any value anywhere. Yeah, to show your identification, your permit card. That you have permission to live in Finland is not...
Well, yeah, that's the one that I don't have. So, okay, no one really cares for it.
Actually, true that. Yeah. I tried to
show it. Literally no one, because I wasn't sure if I could study in Finland when I applied to AMK. And I guess since I do have the... security number and everything like that, it's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And no one ever has asked me for a permit card.
That's so funny.
The day that happens, I will be freaking surprised, honestly.
Yeah. It's so funny.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I always say jokes about, I'm not even legally here in Finland because I don't have the card. But you, being a nerd, not having the card, and me, it's like...
Yeah.
But so do you travel by using your Greek passport?
Yes.
Oh, and you haven't had troubles to come back and forth to Finland?
No.
Interesting.
So far, no, because it's in the EU.
Oh, it's in Europe. No wonder. Yeah, because I have, for example, my Chilean passport. It actually came last week, a new one. And here's so funny because the Chilean passport, I don't know why they did it, but I think it's really cool. It's usually passports, you have to change them every 5 years.
Yes.
Well, the Chilean passport has this thing now, I don't know, it's a new thing, a law or something that they change. Now we can change it every 10 years. 10 years. That's amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. I was like, I don't understand why they did that or who accepted that kind of stuff. But I was like, for 10 years, amazing. I don't need to think about this. Like,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, because I travel with my Chilean passport, I do have to show
Yeah.
the permanent thingy. They always ask.
Yeah.
And if I don't show, they think that I came. I forget to show it sometimes, but they think that I came from Chile. So it's so funny that, oh, you came all the way from Chile to here? I'm like, nah, I came from Finland.
The only reason why I want to get the citizenship is, well, first because I actually want to be able to vote in the national, like,
True
body.
that. Yeah.
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 But the other reason is because I want to have a dual passport. I think that you can have
What's
that.
a dual passport?
Like Greek-Finnish passport. I want to have both.
Oh.
For some countries you can do that, for some countries you cannot. Like with Russia, I don't think you can, for example.
Hell no.
But yeah. But I think with Greece and Finland you can do it. Dual.
Interesting.
Yeah, I want that.
Interesting. Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Well, yeah, well,
whenever it's the time,
donation
right?
goal will come up like 470 euros for Anna to apply.
For the passport. Yeah.
No. Yeah, 10 years is a thing.
Oh.
Kyber is from Australia, down under. So, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, me neither. For me, it was such a... But I think it's something that is probably coming, a new thing, right?
Maybe. The thing is that... probably for you as well, but like also for me, in order to renew your passport, like I have to go all the way to Helsinki. And again, I did that when I was living either in Kuopio or in the middle of nowhere. I don't remember, but I had to renew my passport. I had to go all the way to Helsinki, go all the way to the embassy. We had to book an appointment for that, and then I had to give my fingerprints and everything. Well, Finnish people can just do it with an email.
Oh, really? No, but
Yes.
they do have to actually...
It's
Not
just do it with an
anymore.
email. Not, well.
Things have changed because I was trying to... Yeah. No, wait. Sorry, I think I might be saying something wrong, but... yeah, you can do it online, I think. But if you need to... Yeah, you're right. You can do it online. You still have to go to the police station, though. Yeah, you have to go to the police station.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, to get it.
Oh,
to renew it and
yeah.
to get it, you have to go.
Okay.
But if you want the emergency passport, or you want, the passport, emergency passport, you need to go there and do the application there. You cannot do it online.
Right.
Yeah, that was the thing that I wanted to say.
But like that's the like yeah, so I had to, not only that, I had to go and renew it in Helsinki, and they take your old
fingerprints and all.
Yeah, and take your fingerprint. Then I had to go again after 3 weeks and get the passport, because of course, like, it's a personal document, they cannot send it via mail, and I'm like, oh my god,
yeah, no, they don't do that anymore. They did that before. The same
did?
thing. Yeah, before that. Here's the thing. I renewed my Chilean passport 2.5 months ago, if I remember right.
Okay.
And yeah, I was also a bit pissed because I had to go to Helsinki, because you have to go to the embassy that's usually in the capital of every country.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were like, no. Oh yeah. So I remember asking them, so can you send me the tools for the fingerprints and everything to my address?
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were little and we were living a couple of years here in Finland, my mom had to renew our passports. They did that before.
Oh.
They sent the tools. They sent the tint for the fingerprints and all of that in a big, how do you say, a letter or box thingy.
Okay.
And then you do it, and then you send it back.
Whoa.
And then they will I don't remember if they send the passport, actually, or whatever. But yeah, so I asked them, don't you do that anymore? No, it's very personal. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I was really pissed because I had to find a time, because I'm working from Monday to Friday. I had to find a time.
Yep.
I had to leave early in the morning to Helsinki and then immediately come back. it's only, well, if we compare from Kuopio to Jyväskylä, it's easier to travel to Helsinki,
Yes.
thank God, but still. So yeah, I went there, they took the picture, fingerprints, blah blah blah, all of that. And yes, you're supposed to go and get the passport after a while, but you can make an exception. I don't know how it is with you guys, but with the Greek or the Finnish, but with the Chilean, I had to make a statement and write it with my own handwrite that I give permission to blah blah blah. Let that they can send it on my email.
Yeah.
And it's on me if the
I see.
passport
Yeah.
is, stolen or something happens to the passport. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
their fault, it's my fault.
I see. Okay.
So they did send it to me. I didn't have to go there. Yeah. So I think that is possible. You can always, ask. They're trying to, I understand the embassy. They're trying to always do the right thing and trying to go with the law. So yeah, they're always trying so badly. And it depends on the embassy of what country we're talking about.
Yeah.
For example, in Chile, in Latin America, we're very chill. This is a funny thing. Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I traveled with my boyfriend to Croatia a month ago, and I did the application for my passport. It didn't come on time. It actually came 2 months after I did the application.
Oh, wow.
It came last week. I did the application already at the beginning of March.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to come after 3-4 weeks. But anyways, so I was desperate. I was trying all the ways to get a passport, or how can I travel, blah blah blah. And that's when I found out that I'm not a Finnish citizen, because when I went to the police station to get, for example, the emergency passport, the Finnish emergency passport, the lady from the police station was like, "Oh, but you're not Finnish citizen." I was like, "I'm not?"
I see.
That's when I was like, yeah, I didn't know that I have to pay 500 to become a Finnish citizen.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's how I knew. I was like, man, too. And I was like, oh my God, I was so desperate. I was so stressed. I was anxious. What the fuck I'm gonna do? We have our trip in a week.
Yeah.
So I started to call every day and ask the embassy of Chile, is it gonna come? Oh, it's late. No, it still haven't come. We're gonna call you. They were so pissed already by me, because they knew I was the same lady who was calling every day.
Yeah.
And I was trying to search on the internet. Every country has an emergency passport. Every country. Yes. With the Finnish passport, it's so chill, because they just give it to you. You just say that, yeah, I have a trip, and give them a good explanation, and they understand. For example, my explanation was the fact that my real passport was late passport. So they would have understood if I would have been a Finnish citizen. So then, but in Chile, they were like, no, the emergency passport is only if you need to go to Chile for an emergency, but you cannot get out of Chile. You can just go there. And then when you're in Chile, you need to make another thingy so you can go back to Finland. Yeah, that's what they were telling me, and I was like, what? Like, why is that's just the thing, when you don't understand why in every country they act differently, and they have these rules and stuff. So I was almost gonna give up on that. I was like, man, how is this possible? I don't understand, like, why? But in Finland they just let you do it, but how they don't not let you do it in Chile? So you know what? Instead of letting it be, I still called, and I'm like, are you guys sure? Like, I've been doing some research, and are you sure that emergency passport is not gonna work in other countries? Like, have you ever tried? And then she's like, look, lady, we're not so sure, but I kind of had to lie a little bit, just saying that we need to go to Croatia, and from Croatia to Chile, kind of like putting it on their fault because they didn't bring my passport on time. And I just had to like be on my knees and literally beg. So they're like, well, we cannot assure you that the Chilean emergency passport will be okay to use in other countries, because they have experienced that, for example, Chilean emergency passport doesn't work in France. they won't let me go inside France if I use my Chile emergency passport. Same goes to Australia, I think, and some countries, So they didn't know if it would work with Croatia. So they're like, let's see, we're gonna do our best. Let's see what we can do. So thank God I didn't give up. I know I was really annoying, and I was thinking that I'm so desperate. This is too much. I'm doing too much. Why can't I just let this go? But I'm like, no, I need to get the fucking passport. Yeah. So, well, end of the story, I got it. The guy from the embassy, he was so sweet. He called the embassy that was in Croatia of Chile and asked, is it okay to use a Chilean emergency passport? They're like, yeah, no problem, this and that, like everything good, I got it. But he said that, yeah, you need to understand that we usually don't give this emergency passports. He said that he done only 2 in like 2 or 3 years period, because they usually don't do them, and they're used for emergency. So here's my experience, so you guys can know that if you ask and you don't give up, you might get
you have to have this Latin American or Latin or Greek Mediterranean attitude that you just need to call again.
Call again.
Yep.
Be the annoying lady.
Be the annoying lady. That is right. That's such a cultural thing.
It is. Oh my God.
But the Greek embassy lady was like very nice to me. I'm not saying anything bad about that. However, every single time that you call the Greek embassy in Helsinki, they speak like a fucking turtle. That, hello.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, what are you smoking at your job? Like, it's insanely, they speak super slow, they don't know shit, or the fuck. And there was one, so when the pandemic was starting, I went to Greece.
I remember, actually.
Yeah,
you put it on Instagram and everything. I remember this. Yeah.
I stayed there for a while because I wanted to be with my family, and I could have done the courses online. Otherwise, I would have gone crazy. So at the airport, I met a Greek girl who came to Lappeenranta, I think, for her Erasmus. And after 2 weeks, it shut down. Basically, like they couldn't go to school or anything. So then she said that I called the embassy, and I guess she just tried to ask for some advice because her parents were becoming very panicked and whatnot. And then it might have even been the same guy on the phone, but then he was like if I were you, I would just stay where I am. Like, why do you want to go to travel? And why do you just stay at home? Like, it's gonna be fine. She was like, she wanted the airplane. She wanted to know about restrictions in traveling and like what's the quickest way to get to Greece, like from the airport and whatnot. So she was having some traveling questions, and that was the attitude. Like, well, if I had a daughter your age in that situation, I would just tell her, just be there and chill out, and like, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And like, what the, like,
it's so interesting. And I don't know, like I told you, in every country, I think the embassy is always different. They have their own things. But I remember that week when I was, dealing with them and all that, I was like, because probably the Greek embassy is like so slow and chill. For us in Chile, from my perspective, I feel that in our embassy, they're like the tomorrow culture. You know? Yeah. So I'm like, that's why I was like calling them up all the time, because I was like, I hope they don't forget me. And but then I'm like, God damn, they earn like how much money a month? They should be, doing their work, because they earn a lot. The embassy, work in the embassy.
That's true.
They get really good paid.
Yeah.
I checked, and
That's
I'm like,
true.
They don't have anything to complain.
that is very true, actually. Yeah.
And I agree. This was so interesting. The day I went to get my emergency passport, it was on Friday, and we were traveling on Saturday. I met the guy who is like,
I would have canceled the trip, honestly.
Oh, no. Honey, I don't give up on this stuff. Wait, I need to it's called consul.
Consul. Yeah.
Consul.
Yeah.
Well, there's the headmaster, the consul. So he was the
yeah.
one consul. He was the one who did the whole paper thing for me.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I was kind of curious. So I wanted to ask a little bit of like their work and what's going on and who picks them. Who picks and takes has the responsibility to choose who goes to what country and be part of the council. So if I understood right, he said that, you know, not the president herself or himself, but, you know, they get picked by some upper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I ask him straight up, but I can't ask him in the sense of like, yeah, so how you got there and who picks you, and he just said that. Oh, and I actually had to Google it though because he was not being straight. I didn't want to be disturbing, and I didn't want him to change his mind on giving me the emergency passport if I ask him weird questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I Googled it. I understood that like someone. You know, the president doesn't make all the choices, but at least in Chile, it's like, the upper head of the president or the right hand of the president, someone is the one that's like signs the paper that, okay, this guy can be part of the consul or an embassy and go to this and this and this. They're like handpicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had that experience with Oulu. I don't remember exactly what I was... I think I wanted some specific translations or some specific documents for a job, maybe? I don't even remember. But in any case, like, again, I had to travel from my little middle of nowhere city all the way to Oulu, which is like almost 3 hours away. And... there was this guy, now I don't remember if he was an accountant or if he was a lawyer, but he was either one of those things. And he was a nice old man, like we had a coffee together after the thing because I was staying for the weekend in the city. And he just told me that he did like basically absolutely anything that came to his that had to do like with Greeks, like Greek tourists and whatnot. So he said that once he had to that's very heavy. There was a Greek tourist in maybe Lapland or in Oulu, I don't remember, but he had gone like skiing or something, and he died in the trip, like a young man, and he had to call the parents and do all of the procedure for like transferring the man back to Greece, and I don't remember if he also helped with the funeral and everything, but like really, really whatever might come up, it's his job to deal with it.
Oh,
if it's there. Yeah.
Wow, that is rough.
That was very rough.
So it's like, let's say that a good example is the people that live alone in another city, in another country. So he kind of takes care of those situations. I
guess so, yeah, if there's like some sort of paperwork involved.
Understandable, because of course they see that, oh, this person is, let's say, Spain. So they probably call the Spain embassy and like, okay, you guys take care of this, he's from there. And
yeah, because I guess that the embassy does like specific things, but they're probably like inside communication with those people. Yeah, that was very interesting, but also like quite heavy. That sounds like a lot of work, honestly.
I didn't even thought. Good that you opened that, because I didn't even understand. They do a lot, it's true. That's why they're handpicked. And I can imagine the amount of studies and degrees that they have to have. Yeah, if I understood right, they have to have a
probably
a master's in this and that. And another thing that I asked him, the consul, he's been in Finland for 2 years, from the Chilean embassy. I was like, oh, where were you before? And he said that he was in India, being in the...
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like... I know, crazy. So I don't remember how many years he was in India, but yeah, working as the consul in India, the Chilean consul in India. And then I asked him, so can you guys like choose where you can go? Because I was like, did you pick India? He's like, no, they're just transferred, let's just say.
What?
Yeah, and the reason why he came to Finland is because the woman who was before him, the one that my mom actually remembers, because when we were living before in Finland, everybody knew this woman. Oh, I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot her name. She was a sweet lady, but she passed away. So they needed a new consul. And they just called this guy from India and like, yeah, come here. This and that, and he had to go there.
Oh, because my guy was like Finnish.
Mm.
Oh, okay. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so he said that's what for me that was also new. I thought that they could kind of pick. He said that, yeah, it depends on, I think everything depends on your background and who you are, if you can pick or not pick. But he's like, yeah, you're just being transferred. And that made me thought about them. So they actually also have the type of lifestyle that what, for example, we had with my family. And he said that, yeah, he had 2 kids. I'm like, wow. Then I did all those flashbacks of when I was a kid and you know, like, and all of that just came into like, so those kids have that type of life. They just have to, they're Chilean, but they just have to, you know, oh, now we're going to live in India for 2 years. Now we're going to Finland for 2 years.
Yeah, that's insane. Monse, we need to start wrapping up because I have the room booked until 1. Oh my God, time flew with you. That's always so nice.
Yeah, we a lot of topics.
Before we go, first I do want to show you a little bit of Monse's action, or Monse in action, actually. So we're going to show the video.
There are actually more videos, but this is
of
a
course
little
there
bit.
are. Yeah. All right. Actually, let me check one thing, because I'm not really sure if you are actually going to listen to it, but maybe. Maybe. Okay. Let me do a little thing. Okay, hopefully it will work. The video clip that you had done for that was actually really cool. I do remember watching that. Oh, yeah, I do remember watching that. Okay, so guys, I actually wanted to... Let's plug a couple of things for you. Right? You have your own...
Oh, yeah, Twerk Academy. Right now, the site is not ready. It's in maintenance. I mean, you can still see things, but... There's Twerk Academy and Instagram. I'm more active there.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do in Twerk Academy?
Well, now it's an online based platform where you can learn the elements, techniques, and just the most usual and essential stuff within twerking. Yeah. And it also depends if you want to learn twerking as a way of, you know, well-being, if you want to learn twerking in, you know, just to work out, just to dance, shake it all off and all that, or you want to, you know, develop some new skills. Yeah, it's for everyone. Right now, because I've been working so much, like with real classes, I've had a small break with my online platform, with the Twerk Academy, but in the summer I'm gonna develop more things and I feel called to go back to it. Yeah, I felt called to have a little break.
Yeah.
But now I feel called to, okay, Monse, Now we're gonna get back to it. Yeah, and I have new website developers because I have problems, just to make it short. I just had problems with the guys who made my website before. They were assholes, you know. They they ripped a lot of money from me and they couldn't make it happen, the things that I asked for. Yeah. Because too complicated, let's just put it like that. Okay. And I was like, fuck this, you know. I was so pissed, whatever. So I contacted new people, new website developers, and we had a chat, we talked, and I explained them, and they were like, that's not hard. Why the fuck? And this one guy who is an amazing guy, he develops websites and he understands everything that I don't understand. He's like, why did they make your website so complicated? Yeah, and he said that there's way too many plugins here, there's this and that. Like, he said, your website is a mess. And I'm like, guys, please fix it. Just, blah, 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 you know, make it happen. Yeah. And then they were like, yeah, sure, we're going to fix this whole mess that they guys made. And I was ready to pay anything as long as they make my website what I really actually asked for. And the price was 3 times cheaper than what. Oh, wow. Yeah, girl. So, cool. But I learned from my mistakes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's really cool, though, and we hope to see more stuff from you. And then you said that you're mostly on Instagram?
Yes, on Instagram.
So go follow her also on Instagram. She's not on Twitch, at least yet, but...
this was really nice. Let's see. Yeah. It's a new thing. I was telling Anna about how cool and interesting this new development world is, because, like you said, not many people know about this, not many people use it. I'm like... But I do believe, we both believe, that it's going somewhere, really.
Yeah, hopefully. Yes, okay. Well, I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Zeros79, for following, and everyone for just hanging out with us. And it was very lovely to have you here. And a huge thank you to Monse for making the time to come over. I love chatting with you. And we are going to have a recording... I'm going to interview her some more. I'm going to chat about the theme a little bit. And that's going to be over to my Patreon, which... you can follow me over there. Apart from these chats, this is going to be a new thing, as I said, Culture and Chill. So I'm going to have like guests over from the world of arts, education, music, and what have you. Things that I am very interested in talking about, streamers also. So more of that is coming up, and they're going to kind of be connected to these like interviews that I'm doing for Patreon. So stay tuned. And if you want to also join our Discord and post other questions, for example, with the friends over or other streams that we do, then please join our Discord. And what else? I have my socials over here. I am mostly active on Twitter. Instagram is a little bit more personal. Anakin's Instagram is also there. I have a doggo. He's not here with us right now, but he usually does pop up on stream. And on YouTube, I right now have only music stuff, but we're going to put some other stuff on as well. I think that's going to be it. And let me see if we can like... quickly raid someone. Actually, no, this is the wrong command. Boop. There we go. And I am going to put the ending scene right now. I'm going to see you all on Wednesday playing some Yakuza 0. Probably getting distracted with more minigames, arcade minigames.
Oh, so cute.
I won a bird on the claw machine and I was like screaming literally.
Oh yeah, me too. I won one time, one of the minions. I'm like, I'm the best. This is my thing. I'm a professional.
So let's go raid someone, and I'm going to choose in just a couple of minutes. So stay tuned for the raid. Thank you very much for hanging out. Bye.
Bye.